Jason.
And I'm Robbie.
And we are just two pastors having honest conversations about life, faith, and everything in between.
So thanks for joining us as we explore where faith and everyday life collide.
Hey, welcome back to Pastors Conversations about everything. We are just so glad you're back with us here on this day as we begin episode 30. Robbie, how about that, man?
That's crazy,
yes,
isn't it?
sir. Yes, sir. Before we get to the topic, man, I just got to tell you something. All right. So, back in 2019, we had this thing that come around end of 2019, first of 2020. You probably remember what that is, right? It shut everything down.
Shut everything down.
Everything down. And the gym I was going to at the time, I was like, well, daggum, I can't go to the gym, So I started working out at the house, and I never went back to the gym. I've been working out at the house for like 6 years.
Yep.
And my young son, Brady, he was been home from college summer break, and he's like, Dad. I was like, what?
That's actually how he talks.
Oh, yeah, it is actually. Dad. It is, man. But he was like, when you gonna get back in the gym? I was like, what are you trying to say? I'm fat and out of shape? He's like, no, man, just when you gonna get back in the gym. It's like, I don't know, son. I got all this stuff at the house. He's like, just go back to the gym. I was like, why are you pressuring me?
That's right.
But I say all that to say, and this actually may be a little bit related to what we're going to talk about today. But I just been thinking, man. I got back in the gym. I signed up. I've been back in the gym for about a week, and I feel the best I've ever felt.
Heck yeah, man.
Well, I say the best I've ever felt. The best I felt in a long time.
Right.
And I just want to give a shout out to my youngest boy, Brady, for pushing the old man to get back in the gym.
Inspiring you.
Yes, sir.
Bit.
Yes, sir.
Like
It's just been cool. It's just been cool. So anyway, little personal story. Just want to share that with you. And so today, if we had a title for today's podcast, it would be an attitude of gratitude.
Attitude of gratitude.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Poets.
and I did not know it.
And you did not know it.
So think about this idea of an attitude of gratitude. So here's the deal: gratitude, being thankful. Gratitude does not ignore life's problems,
right?
Because we're all going to have problems,
right,
every day.
Yep,
every day. Even Jesus said, today's got enough worries of its own. Don't worry about tomorrow.
Right? Yeah.
So gratitude does not ignore life's problems, but it changes the way we see them.
Yeah.
So riddle me this, Robbie.
Right.
What are some things you've been complaining about this week?
Oh, let's make a list.
And check it twice.
I tell you what. Well, we were gone a little bit last week, and or a couple of weeks ago, and so we I've been needing to cut the grass, right? And not only do I complain about having to cut the grass, but then I complain that I don't get to cut the grass when I wanted to cut the grass. Right, and we get some work done at the house, and so the contractor's got a trailer in the front yard, so I can't cut everything.
Right,
even though I should be happy he's there, he's doing his work. Right, but I can't cut everything because the trailer's there in the yard. So and then when I started cutting grass, I make my first turn. Have you ever done that?
No, I got to push more, dude.
Push more.
I'm old school, man. You know that.
I like to listen and ride.
Well, I can listen while I'm pushing a mower.
That's too much effort. And I make my first turn there at my fence, and the tire comes off the wheel hub.
Yeah.
And so then I'm mad about that. So when I should be thankful that I got to ride a lawnmower and that I know how to fix that because it took all of 10 minutes to fix it.
You got to change your way of thinking, cuz.
I know.
Come on, man.
Hey, you want me to keep going?
Yeah, hey.
School started back.
I'm sure the list is long.
School started back. They're lined up. I mean, down the road to get into this school to drop the kid off. It did. Frustrations have been high.
How about I got another one for you because I know you've been complaining about this. Because in the office, the Wi-Fi hadn't been working right.
Oh, I have no Wi-Fi ball. I can't even do anything.
Well, why ain't you been coming to work? I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
So you hadn't had any Wi-Fi. You've been complaining.
Yeah,
but you get to hang out with me. I mean, what you got? What you got to complain about, right? and you get to hear my great dad jokes.
Yeah.
So either no internet or slow internet,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you try to watch something, maybe you're trying to watch this podcast right now,
That's right.
and it's just like, this is buffering.
It's buffering, and we're like, "Rawr."
How about when you're at the grocery store
Oh.
and you're waiting in line?
And
how about when you're at the grocery store waiting in line and the 10 items or less, and the person in front of you's got at least 30?
oh, I know. I know. Or even I like to go to the self checkout section.
Well,
lines.
the grocery store I go to doesn't have that.
Oh, okay. Well, the one I normally do does, and I was in there yesterday. I had one item, and the lady in front of me had just a couple of things.
Yeah.
And the little green light comes on to tell you this one is open, and the green light's on. And I'm looking at the green light, and I'm looking at her, and I'm looking at the green light, and I'm looking at her because she's not moving, and she's looking ahead. She ought to be able to see it. And I even said at one point, I think number 5 is ready to go. Like I wasn't even there.
Oh my gosh! You talked about home repairs. You know,
Yeah.
we both of us have had
Yeah.
issues with that, and we complain like, oh my gosh.
That's right.
You know, work. We never complain about our work because we love it dearly, and all the people that we serve.
And all the people. Yeah.
Laundry.
Oh, it just never ends.
No, it's not.
It
It's
just-
not. And with Brady being home from Clemson, it's like, oh my word, how do you dirty up so many clothes?
That's
son?
right.
You
That's
know?
right. I know.
Paying bills.
I just don't think we should have to. Made my paycheck go a lot farther.
Oh man. So how about this? What if we flip the script?
All right.
Change perspective, right? You complain about cutting your grass. I complain about cutting my grass.
Right.
Until I realized I have a yard to cut.
That's right.
Something goes wrong with your truck.
Yep. I got something wrong with my truck right now.
Your headlight?
My headlight. That I can't just replace the bulb. I have to replace the entire headlight.
Yeah, and I was knocking on wood, by the way, so I don't want to speak that into existence, you know. But until I remembered I have a truck.
That's right.
Home repairs.
Yeah.
They're an inconvenience,
Yeah.
right? Until you realize you have a home
That's right.
that's really warm, safe, and dry.
Yeah.
Right? Paying for groceries
Yeah.
until you open up that pantry or that refrigerator and you see that it's full.
Yeah.
And some of that stuff that's in that refrigerator is probably going to go bad before you even eat it.
Even eat it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, sometimes our greatest frustrations can actually be evidence of our greatest blessings.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this a little bit. Gratitude is a choice.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
It really is. I mean, if we think about our circumstances don't automatically determine whether we're grateful. Two people can have if we think about it, two people can have the same exact situation. One's complaining about it, one's giving thanks for it.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
You know, you talk about, you know, having a yard to cut and stuff like that. I mean, you take somebody that has been homeless and you give them a house, and I bet you they'll never complain about having to cut that grass.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Compared to, you know, how I was complaining because
Right.
not only it needed to be cut, but then I didn't get to cut it when I wanted to.
Right. Right.
You know, and I think that a lot of it truly is. I mean, it's our attitude that we take toward everything. We read about it in Scripture in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. Rejoice always, pray constantly, give thanks in everything, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. And notice what he said: give thanks for everything, right? And in everything, give thanks. Not necessarily for everything, but in every situation that we have, we should give thanks.
Yeah.
Right. Because we would be looking at things a lot different if we didn't have the stuff that we had.
That's right.
You know.
Yeah.
And so I do. I will admit I am one of the first ones to get very irritated when things aren't, you know, done exactly how I want them to be done or happening in the timeline that I think they should be happening in. And so gratitude, I have to remind myself to be grateful.
Yeah.
Sometimes for all the stuff that I have or that's going on and things like that. Because I in a heartbeat will be standing on a table complaining.
So maybe we can think about it this way. Gratitude changes the lens through which we begin to see life, view life, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it was maybe a couple of days ago, you had an eye doctor appointment, right? Because you need new glasses.
Yep.
So imagine putting on a different pair of glasses.
Yeah.
Nothing outside changes. You simply begin noticing things that you've overlooked before.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
So maybe, what are some blessings that you've stopped noticing?
I think that the biggest things that we take for granted are the things that we have every single day and don't realize it.
Right.
Like we take for granted air conditioning.
Oh, man.
Until the air conditioning don't work.
Oh, yeah.
Especially South Carolina summers.
Yeah.
We take for granted having running water in the house.
Right.
Until the water company's working on the lines and they got the water turned off.
Yeah.
And then, and we think, something like that. I mean, we don't even think about it a whole lot, but we go to Salkatchie and we go to some of these houses and they don't have running water in their house,
right.
And it's like, man, how do you live like this?
Yeah.
You think that's what you think to yourself.
Right.
We think about electricity. We take for granted just being able to flip on a switch and there's power and there's lights and until it all goes out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then we're so accustomed to having to have that we make sure we got backup for it. So we got generators and all that kind of stuff, so the power can come back on even when the power's out.
Oh, I got one for you.
Yeah,
coffee.
Oh, I got a cup right over there.
Coffee.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Thank God for coffee.
No, don't even talk to me.
No,
until
I don't even see colors until I have my first cup of coffee. How about a job?
Oh yeah.
Family.
Yeah.
I mean, we love our families, but sometimes they just can.
Yeah.
They can grind our gears.
Right.
Like we talked about in another podcast,
That's right? That's right. Yeah.
Church.
Yeah.
Friends. I know you don't ever complain about me, but
no.
Our health. Yeah, for real. Come on, man. I got to talk to Jennifer. What's the dirt he's been talking about? Yeah. How about our health? And hey, even the fact that we're able to do this.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we moved from audio to now video too, and we lost 2,000 listeners.
They saw us, and that was it.
Yeah, like good gracious.
We're out.
But think about how often we do not appreciate something until it's gone.
Oh yeah.
I mean, think about it this way: what if everything you had today is what you gave God thanks for yesterday? I would imagine we would be with a lot less.
Yeah. That's exactly right. Because we take so much for granted. I mean, we honestly do. We take so much for granted for the things that we have, and really, all of us could probably do better in showing gratitude for all of that stuff.
Yeah. I know I could, man.
Yeah,
I know I could.
Jesus told us always to give thanks, right? And Jesus always gave thanks. If you look at his teachings and preachings and his prayers, he always gave thanks in the things that he did. One thing that's fascinating, he constantly paused and he would go to pray, or he would give thanks to God, right? Even before the miracles, even before the meals, right? I mean, we read about it, and you read about it when he's feeding the 5,000. When he thanks God for what's there. In the Last Supper, what does he do before? He holds up the bread. He gets the bread and he gives thanks to God in that moment. And all through his ministry, what do we see him do time and time again? He gives thanks for what's there.
And I'm sorry to cut you off real quick.
No, you're good.
But even there are places in the gospel where Jesus will say, "Father, thank you for hearing me." Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the Son of God. Why wouldn't God hear you?
That's right.
But he's like just giving thanks. Thank you for hearing me.
Yeah.
That's powerful, man.
Yeah. I mean, it really is. And so in John chapter 6, verse 11, Jesus took the loaves and he gave thanks. He distributed them to who were seated there. You know, there he is. He's fixing to feed all these people. Right? There's hardly anything there.
Right.
You know,
Right. Yeah,
little boy's lunch.
Yeah, a little lunchbox.
And yet, you know, most of us would say, all right, we got some fish, we got a little bit of fish, we got a little bit of bread, and you look out over this hillside and there's just all these people.
Yeah.
You know, thousands of people there.
Yeah.
And we would go, well, this isn't going to work. Right?
Yeah.
And yet in that moment, Jesus gives thanks. You know, thank you for providing this.
Oh.
It may not be, you know, we look at it and go, well, it may not be enough to feed everybody. It may not be as much as what we think we need, but he's going to provide enough for what we actually need.
So basically what you're saying is oftentimes we see scarcity and God sees abundance.
Yep.
So how about, let's think about this. What about gratitude in difficult seasons of life?
Yeah.
You know, I think that's where gratitude really becomes difficult.
Yeah.
Right. You know, how do you give thanks when life hurts?
Yeah. Yeah.
When you experience loss.
Yeah.
When you experience illness.
Yeah.
You know, and let me stop right there for a second. You know, in our work, sadly, I say sadly, but we have the privilege. Let me change my perspective.
Yeah.
When people are sick,
yeah,
whether it be terminal or not,
yeah,
we have the privilege to walk alongside people and families during illness.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but it has amazed me numerous times when somebody is terminally ill, that they have this perspective of just thankfulness and gratitude.
Yeah.
You know, maybe it's looking back on their life, knowing that tomorrow's not promised, and,
right?
And the reality check for all of us is tomorrow's not promised for any of us.
That's right. That's right.
You know, so I've just seen that time and time again. You know, and how about job stress?
Oh yeah.
Family struggles, financial pressure.
Yeah.
There's always an opportunity.
Yeah. Well, you know,
to give thanks.
And not to cut you off, but
well, you
know, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Not to cut you off, but here I am.
But you know, you talking about you know, still having gratitude even in moments of loss and things like that. You know, I told you, you know, we were getting some work done at the house, and we got contractors that are working, and his granddad had a stroke. He's 94 years old, and I was talking with him this morning, and they're moving him out of the hospital, moving him to hospice care and stuff like that, kind of start making him comfortable in the life kind of situation,
right?
And all that. And he even said, and he's a very religious, very Christian man. I mean, he's a great guy, and but he said, you know, as difficult as it is, all I can do is be thankful that I've had these over 40 years of my life with him,
right?
And he's lived 94. And up until last week, lived on his own. Him and his grandmother's wife, the guy's wife. He said, you know, they've been married 73 years, and he said, so we have to be thankful for even if the good Lord takes him tomorrow, we have to be thankful for everything that he has had and the time that we had. I'm like, man, yeah.
What a way to look at it.
Yeah, you know.
Wow. And 73 years of marriage.
73 years.
Holy cow.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Wow. But you know, we think about these difficult seasons of life, and here's the reality: the Christian life does not pretend pain is not real,
right?
But the Christian life also refuses to let pain have the final word.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I mean, and we even say that in, you know, we talk about it in funerals and stuff like that. That we don't grieve as people without hope,
right?
And it's kind of the same thing, you
right?
know, we have hope in the afterlife, and hope in resurrection, and all of that, and it's the same thing. Even in, you know, we're not talking about death, but just in life in general.
Right.
When it seems difficult, we still have hope.
Yeah, and it's like one of my favorite quotes from Frederick Buechner.
Yeah.
The resurrection means the worst thing is never the last thing.
Right.
That's hope, man.
Yeah.
That's hope, and Paul talks about all of this, or not all of this, but some of this in his letter to the Philippian church when Paul is sitting in prison.
Yeah.
The context here, sitting in prison, awaiting his execution.
Yeah.
He knows it's coming. He just does not know when.
Right.
So he's continuing in ministry while sitting in prison, writing letters to churches that he has been a part of. And he wrote these words, Philippians 4:6-7. Don't worry about anything. Well,
if I was sitting in prison, I'd already be worried about something.
Yeah. Don't worry about anything, but in everything, through prayer and petition with thanksgiving. Present your requests to God, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. Notice this: prayer, thanksgiving, peace, and Paul connects all of them together.
Yeah.
Because you cannot disconnect those.
Yeah.
Man.
While sitting in jail.
While sitting in jail, awaiting to be executed.
Yeah. I mean,
we got a ways to go, man.
That's right. We get mad if we sit in traffic too long.
You do. I don't. You do. You do. You're so impatient.
I got impatient this morning behind somebody going 41 and a 55.
Man, you got to work on that, man.
I do. I really do. And I said some things that I shouldn't have said. I didn't say any cuss words, but I said some things
okay.
I shouldn't have said about their driving and everything.
You probably need socks I got on today. I love Jesus, but I cuss a little. Church member gave me those, by the way.
I like that.
Yes, sir. All right, so we need to keep rolling with this, man. What's the next thing you want to enlighten us with?
Well, what we have to remember is that gratitude is contagious. So if you've ever paid attention to it and noticed, negative people spread negativity.
Ooh-wee.
And I'm going to be real. I feel like I'm really exposing myself a lot.
Well, don't be doing that. You're on video now.
I know.
Don't be exposing yourself. Oh my God! All right, go ahead.
But when I have and I really have to watch myself, because people, if they get around me and they start to be negative,
yeah,
like I can jump right on that bandwagon.
All of us can,
and I can be as negative as anybody. Like, let's do it.
Yeah, yeah,
you know.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And because it is so easy to just yeah. I mean, I agree, and let me tell you what I think about it. Let me tell you, and so yeah, I guess that's something that everybody has to. I know a couple of people though that are like, if you're negative around them, they'll start going but, and then try to veer you the other way
to see things in a different way,
in a different way.
Being this whole idea of negativity, my dad, he always did and still does. He calls that stinking thinking.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
Stinking thinking.
Yeah,
we need to change the way we think about things.
Yeah. But what we also notice, negative people spread negativity.
Yeah.
But grateful people can lift up everybody that's around them. Right?
Yeah.
And so, even if you have to be the grateful person in the group, that everybody, everybody's being negative, and you got to be the one that kind of starts steering everybody the other direction.
Right.
Do that, because you have the ability in that moment to lift everybody up and to change the perspective of whatever is happening.
Oh yeah.
In that moment.
Yeah. It's pretty cool when you recognize that opportunity.
Yeah.
To change the narrative.
Yeah.
Because like you said, it is so easy to jump on that bandwagon.
Oh yeah.
And jump right in with both feet, and just start going off to.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, think about it. Who do you enjoy being around more? Somebody that constantly complains, or somebody that's always noticing the blessings that are around them?
Yep, you're right. Yep.
I got a friend at my other job and he's the nicest guy in the world. He really, really is. But he's one of those negative people.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it doesn't matter what happens? They could walk in and hand everybody $1 million check. And he would be mad because it's on blue paper or something, right? Like there would be a problem. But then I got another guy that like they could walk in and he's grateful for everything and shows gratitude and everything. Chris and like they.
Why didn't you say the name of the other guy?
Well, he knows who he is. Ain't no sense in me calling him out. I have before, but that's just between me and him. But Chris, they could walk in and tell Chris like, "Hey, we're cutting everybody's pay in half," and Chris would be like, "Oh, but we still got a job, man. That's cool. Like, right on, okay."
Wow.
And just roll with it. So, which they work very closely together, and so it makes the dynamics funny.
I bet.
Fun sometimes.
I bet. Yeah.
But I mean, if we think about it, and we think about how we look at gratitude, how we look at negativity and stuff like that. I mean, it affects our families, right?
Yeah. Oh,
It affects our church. Yep. I mean, if you and I walked into a finance meeting, church council meeting, anything, and it was all doom and gloom, the whole church is going to follow us.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
And it may be, and we've been through tough times. We've
Absolutely.
been through tough financial times and transitions and stuff like that within the church. And there have been times where it probably would have been easier for us to walk into those meetings and go,
right,
it's all going down.
Yeah.
Everybody hang on. Here goes the ship.
Yeah.
But we didn't do that. Right, the ship wasn't sinking as we may think it was, but we, I feel like at least we tried to bring positivity to it and cooler heads and stuff like that.
Yeah,
because it affects it so much, our workplace, right? Whether it's the office, here at the church or for me at my other job, like either one, like how we act in those moments and in those places really truly affect the people that are around us.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Even our friendships, right? Even the people that are close to us that aren't blood family, if we're negative people, it's gonna rub off on them.
Oh yeah.
Or if we're positive people, maybe they're struggling through something. They don't need to hear negativity. If we're positive and showing gratitude and appreciating our blessings, then that's gonna affect them a whole lot.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. And when you think about this idea of an attitude of gratitude. All right, so gratitude does not mean settling.
Right.
Being thankful does not mean we stop praying for change. It remains.
It remains.
I'm making up words here. It remains.
Look at that. First day speaking English. That's cool.
I do what I can. It means we refuse to overlook today's blessings while hoping for tomorrow's.
That's right.
We refuse to overlook today's blessings while hoping for tomorrow's. So we can be grateful and still ask God for healing. We can be grateful and still seek a better job. We can be grateful and we can still dream.
Yeah.
Because I think God implants those things in us.
Right.
And God implants those desires in us. We recognize there's something beyond where I am right now. I'm grateful for where I am right now, but there's something beyond this.
Something more. Yeah.
And there's no harm in seeking after that. An attitude of gratitude. It'll change your life. It'll change your family, change your workplace, and eventually it will change this world.
That's right.
So you know what? The reverends
are out.